everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. We're back. We're here with part 2 of the Discord Dreamsnap review video. So excited to get into it. We had some amazing creations in the first part. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you do so because you don't want to miss out on the awesome snaps that these people have come up with. And yeah, let's take a look at what the rest of the community has come up with for the Take a Hike Dreamsnap challenge. I'm so excited to get into this. If you do like any of these submissions, make sure to give the video a like and feel free to share some support and love in the comments down below. But let's jump over to Discord before Mike starts talking horrendously and check out these snaps. And we're going to start off with Jay's snap here. I really love this kind of subtle nod to the Lion King and the whole crossing over the kind of, well, in the film it's like a log bridge, but yeah, this is the kind of reference and I really like that. I think it's very fun and playful. You have a lovely little Mickey cloud here, which great to see. Love that. I love the foliage details here, the way you've incorporated the nature and the trees together, even these light posts which are from Timon and Pumbaa's like friendship rewards. Yeah, they just look great. They look very natural because obviously they've got that tree-like structure. We have a little companion here, the little bird. That's such a cute touch. We have all these rocks here. You know, it definitely feels like you're in nature and you are going on a hike with Nala and your little monkey companion. And then we have a submission here from Reese Rose, another content creator in the community, and we have this absolutely beautiful dream snap. I love this. You know, we've got the camping setup in the background, but it is in the background. We've got your character towards the front, a lot more focus on going off into nature and hiking. I love the way you've introduced the pool on the left, I mean the right. Is this the Oasis Pond? I forget what this item is called, but lovely little addition there. Love all the trees, the sun in the background. Like, even with the sun behind you, this is a very nicely lit, very vibrant submission. So fantastic job. Then we have a snap from Steph Scarf here, and this is an absolutely beautiful submission. I really like this one. Lovely work with the trees and the foliage. I like that you've included the bike. I mean, even though the challenges take a hike, which makes me think of walking and stuff like that, the idea of kind of cycling through nature I think is really fun, and I like that you've included it. Like perhaps she's been off gathering flowers from the woods and stuff like that. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Beautiful work with the flowers here as well. The poppies, I really need to spend a bit of time. I think I mentioned this before in one of my previous videos. I need to spend some time gathering up these poppies because they just look so good in dream snaps. Every dream snap I see that has these poppies in them, they always look beautiful. Always a 10 out of 10. So I'm like, yeah, I need to do this. I need to do this. Yeah, this is beautiful. Fantastic. So as it turns out, I did actually do a snap on my husband's account. If you watched the first video, you'll see that I had a bit of a panic not remembering if I did a snap for my husband. I did. This is it. This is it. This is a snap I did on my husband's account. I just added on to like a previous build he had set up, which I think was for another snap challenge. All I did was clear out a bunch of the night fawns and then slap a load more trees and a load more foliage down. I wanted to have the swans in the image and make it feel quite natural and things like that, and then include like a bit of nature. Like, we've got the bird here, which I thought would be quite fun. Make it look like I'm crossing over this bridge and off exploring the woods. The only thing I don't like about this snap, which I tried to kind of get rid of perspective wise, was the steps to the Frosted Heights. I was really gutted about that. I really didn't like that in the snap, but I mean, it happens. So, but overall I think I'm quite happy with how this turned out. And next up, we have a submission here from Disney Dreamer. And this is a fun, creative take on this challenge. So, what we've got here is almost like it's a setup of people kind of recording the woods, like the animals in the woods and stuff like that, for a nature documentary or something like that. Like, obviously we got the bears here. I love how you put the little poo popcorn buckets in front of them like they're eating honey. I think that's such a fun reference. Using the deers like as if they're, you know, real life deers out in nature. We've obviously got the projectory thing here, but it often gets used as a camera. Even I use it as a camera. Yeah, this is fun. It's really unique. It's a very different vibe from any of the other snaps I have seen. So I really like this playful and creative take. And then we have a submission from Aneda here, and this is gorgeous. I love this. Yeah, I love how you've done this in Eternity Isle near this structure. You know, I don't feel like we've seen this structure used for the longest time. I think since like Storybook Vale dropped, you do see a pattern in Dreamsnaps that certain locations tend to be photographed more often. And this location in Eternity Isle was a very common backdrop for a lot of Dreamsnaps. So it's really nice to kind of see it get used again, because I feel like since Storybook Vale dropped, it's just kind of fell to the wayside, if that makes sense. So it's really nice to see. And I love how you've got these kind of like mine carts set up. It's just a really unique backdrop, which I love. And I think it will stand out in a nice way. A bit like how in the first half of the video, like the first video I did, I've completely forgotten who made it now. Why is my mind gone blank? Oh gosh, it was like 5 minutes ago. But someone made a dream snap and it was in the Frosted Heights. I think it will stand out in a similar way, that it just looks different from the typical forests and jungles that we're seeing. I think it looks fantastic. I'm obsessed. I think this is beautiful. And next up we have a submission from Lana here. Lana, this is beautiful. I love this. Fantastic job. Love the foliage work here. I'm trying to work out where in Eternity Isle this is. Because obviously we've got this structure going upwards. But I'm not entirely sure which part of it. Is that not the lagoon? What is it? The lagoon would be if we went up and straight over. I think the lagoon's that way. I can't remember which part of the thingy this is called. And I assume to the left would be where the palace is, perhaps? I could be wrong. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But this looks beautiful. Great job with the little stones as well. All the foliage pieces look great. Love the outfit. I think the outfit's really fun. Yeah, fantastic job. And next up we have a submission from Steph Scarf again. And this is gorgeous. Look at the colours in this. So vibrant, so bright. I love this. I think this is fantastic. I love how your hair pops. Your hair is so vibrant. I think it's going to be very eye-catching. I love this. Oh, this is fantastic. It just feels so different, but it's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love the mix of colours in the trees and things like that. Like, we've got so much colour going on in this snap. I think that's why I like it so much. It just feels like very bright and vibrant. This is fantastic. I love the pathing here, lined with like the snippets, and the bioluminescent moss is really fun. Yeah, fantastic job on this snap. It's great. And next up we have a submission from Flame G. And I'm not going to lie, when I first clicked on the photo, at first I thought you captured a rainbow. And I was like, have you captured a rainbow? But it's just the lighting from the orb. I really need to start wearing my glasses more. I think it was just seeing that shape across the sky. At first I thought I saw a rainbow. Oh, I'm losing it. I really am losing it. This is fantastic. I love this. The way the rays are coming down. This is like a top rank in Dreamsnap for sure. This has to be. This is beautiful. Brilliant work with the foliage of the trees. We've got Donald here, the little squirrel and the little froggies. It's so, so cute. I love this. It's so good. This is done in the Sunlit Plateau, yeah? I think it is. I love it. The way you've made it feel almost like the forest is fantastic. This is beautiful. Brilliant work with the foliage here. It feels very dense over here, which is nice. So I love how you've got this bit set up. I think that looks fantastic. Outfit's fun. Yeah, fantastic Dreamsnap. This is incredible. And next up we have a couple of submissions from Sunny here. I love this one. This one's so fun. This one's so fun and playful. Love the outfit choice. Love how we got Donald here and the owl. I like that it's a nice zoomed in close-up shot. I really enjoy that. Feels very light, bright and beautiful. And I really like how you've incorporated this house into the Dreamsnap. Like a lot of the house that we've seen have been the camping one, the A-frame one. So it's really nice to see something that's a bit different and the way you've integrated it into the submission. I think it's beautiful. Brilliant work on the makeup. You're always so masterful at your character's appearance. Like the makeup work is absolutely beautiful each time. So yeah, fantastic job on this one. And then we have your second snap here. Again, a nice zoomed in one. Again, brilliant job on the makeup. Always nailing it in that regard. Love this with all the birds flying around. I think it looks fantastic. Feels very natural. I love the outfit. I love the setup, the fact that this feels like a trail through the forest. I think you've done wonderfully here. These lights work so well in this setup. Really, really nicely integrated. Great work on the foliage here. Yeah, this is fantastic. And next up we have a submission from Mamba Jules here. This is so fun. Okay, firstly, that Mickey cloud. Love, love, love to see it. I love this kind of split shot as well. You've gone with like the split vibes. So we have this like very autumnal, very orange and red toned area. And then we have this darker, spookier kind of like purple and blue vibe. I love how you've done like Stitch here and the little dragon. That's so, so, so cute. Love how we have the little arrow pointing down the pathway. I think it's really fun that you've used this item from, it's one of the Mulan accessory items that you can get. But I absolutely love it because I think it just works so well as if you're kind of like holding a bag kind of thing. Like through the woods on a trail and stuff like that. We have an owl flying off in the distance here. We've got the little raccoon as well. Yeah, this is fantastic. Brilliant work with the foliage, and this split shot just feels so natural. It feels so natural, which I love. As I was trying to say with, I think Steph Scarf was the other person who did the split shot. Like, with a lot of the split shots, they feel very, this is what I was struggling to say. Like, there's often like a line down the middle. Like, it feels very man-made constructed, but this just feels natural. It just flows together nicely, which I love. That's what I love about it. And this is a fantastic example of such a beautifully created split shot. And next up we have a submission from Dutch Girl. This is lovely. Your character looks fantastic. She does. This is such a crisp image. I'm obsessed. It's so good. It's so good. I really, really like this. Interesting use of the flooring as well. You've gone with this like structured tile flooring. Love the greenery, love the lighting, love the foliage work. It's very, very nice. But yeah, what a dynamic submission. And next up we have a submission from Clinksy here. And this is beautiful. Look how lush and full of life and foliage this is. I love how you've used these boardwalk like planks down here and spaced them apart. This really reminds me of how Opal does some of her designs with this pathing, where they're kind of like spaced out, but it just looks so good. Whenever I've used these boards, I've always put them like right up against each other. I can't seem to space them out and make them look good, but clearly other people can, because you have, and like I said, I've seen Opal do it many a time and it always looks so good. So yeah, fantastic job here. Love that we've got Kristoff here, we've got Bird, we've got all the fireflies. So much nature and foliage. It looks fantastic. And next up we have a submission from Cows. I did see your comment that you were inspired by my previous one. I remember that. That was in the sports challenge and I hated it so much. I absolutely despised it. I didn't even decorate the backdrop. I literally just took a photo. I wasn't happy. I was expecting to get a low score. I didn't have particularly high tags, and then it turned out that it did really well. And I was raging, pure raging, because I really hated that theme. I hated it so much. But I like this. This is nice. I like the foliage work here. I love the backdrop. I mean, obviously you've got a very well decorated backdrop. I think that's what defines this from like when I did my previous one, is that there is a backdrop. And if I saw this, I would be inclined to vote for it because it feels like you've put effort into it. You know, you've created this whole scene in the backdrop, which looks absolutely beautiful, by the way. I'm obsessed with how you've decorated Mirabelle's home here. It looks fantastic. I would love to explore this. I really hope at some point Gameloft make it so that we can actually travel to people's like valleys, like Eternity Isles or like Rift in Time, Storybook Vales kind of thing. Because I would love to explore them. I'm obsessed with this backdrop. I think it's beautiful and it is something that I would I don't know if you fully decorated this, if this was previously set up or like what, I don't know, but it looks beautiful. I want to kind of take a tour around it. I would love to do that because it looks fantastic. So yeah, that's a change I would love to see Gameloft introduce. I would really love that. But this is beautiful. Fantastic job. And next up we have a submission from Aqua Hex here. This is gorgeous. I love this. Great use of using these lampposts, by the way. It's an item we don't see used much, I would say, in decorating, but they are a beautiful item and they do offer that kind of soft glow lighting, which is really, really nice. But yeah, this is beautiful. I love this. I love the trees. The way you've got the free waterfalls in the background is really nice. Love the outfit. Love how your character looks. Love the foliage work. Yeah, this is fantastic. And then next up we have a couple of submissions from Amy B. And this is so fun. I love it. The way you've got the white snippet flying there. We have Donald here. We have Simba. We have Pumbaa. I'm like trying to spot if there's other like little characters, like maybe Timon's hidden somewhere. But I love this, and I love this like little trail you've got. It almost feels like, this is gonna sound really bad. You know when you go to zoos and you sometimes have those walkways that you walk across over like like the animal habitats. I'm sorry, this probably sounds evil. I'm sorry, it's probably not what people want to hear. It just kind of reminds me a bit of that, like, but not in a negative way. Not in a negative way. I realise it probably comes across negative, which I don't want it to, but I just like, I like the that you're kind of viewing these like, how do I explain it? These areas that these animals inhabit and live in and like, I don't know, it's probably coming across really bad. And I'm pretty sure that's not the vision you had. Yours was just like a hike through nature, a structured hike that went out across the savannah and like, you know what I mean? I'm sure that's the vision you had and I've just ruined and tainted that. I'm so sorry. I love this. I do love this. I like the snap. I like the creativeness. I like the little frogs down here, the little Lion King companion here. The fact that you've got like a basket, like as if you're going to have a picnic at some point. I really like that. I think it's really nicely decorated too. Yeah, it's nice. It's very, very nice. It's a lovely submission. And then we have your mail account here, and this is beautiful, really nicely decorated in Mythopia. I really, really like this. Love how you've got the windmills here. I think they look fun. The coconut look. Why is he here? This makes me laugh so much. That's so funny. I love how Figaro, it looks like he's walking down the path. That is so cute. That is adorable. That's like one of the cutest things ever. Love that. Love the foliage work. Love the colours. Love the colours. Yeah, it's just a beautiful image. It's very nice, very vibrant, very colourful. Fantastic job. And next up we have a submission here from Cradle. This is really fun. I really like this. Love the outfit look. So full of foliage here. The way it all crops into the framing is absolutely beautiful. I love this pathing. This pathing is such a good pathing to use. I really like it because like it kind of feels like overgrown in a sense, like the way the natural like path landscaping from underneath shows up between the stones. I really like that because that's something you do see common when you have these kind of like stonework paths, is that over time the kind of like natural pathing underneath will start to show through the cracks, if that makes sense. So I really love this pathing. I think it looks great. And yeah, I like this setup. It's really fun. It's almost like, as well, with the positioning of the hands, like you're summoning us on the hike. Like you're saying, come, let's take this hike. Follow me. I know the way, kind of thing, which I think is really fun. So yeah, fantastic work and great job with decorating with these trees, by the way. I have tried decorating with these trees and I find it so hard to do because I feel like they always look a bit out of place. So I love that. I think they work really well here. And next up we have a submission from Film Brat here, who's gone with a very kind of magical kind of hike, I want to say. Like that's kind of the vibes I get from this, like with all the glowing flowers, the you know, the mushrooms and things like that. It's definitely got a kind of almost fairy core vibe to it, which is very fun. And again, a very unique take on the challenge, which, as I said, I think can be really helpful because it can really help your dream snap stand out when voting. Like, I feel something like this is going to slow a voter down so they stop and they look. Because it just looks so different in the sea of jungles and woods, which is not a criticism, by the way, because all of my snaps were jungle or wooded themes, so it's not a criticism for anyone who done that, because that is me. I did that too, so yeah, but it's just nice to see something that's different, a bit outside the box. I enjoy it. Okay, and next up we have some submissions from Winter Dragonfly here. I did see your comment, so you know what, fine, fair enough, I get it. Some weeks we just don't vibe. This one here is your dad's account. Very simple shot taken in Storybook Vale, I think. I believe this is the giant waterfall that's at the very back of the map, where the two final biomes, the Beanstalk Marshes and Mount Olympus, join together. There's like a bridge you cross over. I think that's where this is. But yeah, it's a really nice and up close submission. Your dad's character looks great. It's definitely different from the Take a Hike dream snaps we've seen so far. But I suppose it's no different than all the other people that have used, you know, like a realm shot and stuff like that. Just this feels more stony than wooded in a sense. And then we have your brother's account. This is really nice to see these flowers up close. So this is in the Beanstalk Marshes. This is a very close up submission. You can see sort of your character and everything like that. Really close up. It does feel very natural, like we're out in nature. You know, the close up of the water's quite nice. It's a very different backdrop than what we have been seeing, which is nice. And then we have your, I think you said this was your secondary account. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it went that way. And again, this is a bit similar to your dad's account. Same waterfall backdrop. It's kind of like you're at the end of the hike, I would say, and this is your kind of like viewpoint that you've reached. And then we have your main account here, which is very different. You can tell that this one is different from the others. There's a lot more individual construction gone on in here with all the foliage, the way the palm trees overlap, the fireflies. This foliage work at the front of the submission is really fun. Love how your character looks. Great job on all these snaps. I appreciate it. Some weeks just aren't our week and we kind of take a lower effort route. I've been there before for sure. So yeah. But this is fantastic. This is lovely. And next up we have a submission from Glitch, who too, you know, wasn't as happy with this theme. I see in your caption, this theme can take a hike. So yeah, I feel there's a lot of people this week that didn't vibe and wasn't as keen or interested in it. I totally get that. Yeah, character looks great. It's a realm photo. There's not a lot more I can add to that. And next up we have a submission from Fora. This is fantastic. This is so beautiful. The level of detail in terms of the foliage work here is incredible. The way the trees overlap, the way the bushes kind of intermingle. Like, this pathway that we've got going through here is really fun. Definitely feels like a trail that you can follow, which is nice. It's nice to see where the trail kind of ends up or takes you, or where it begins from. The waterfalls offer a beautiful bit of backdrop and nature to it. It's obviously taken in Eternity Isle. It's a beautiful little setup. I think it's really fun and playful how your character looks. We've got the capybara, we've got Donald. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. And then we have a snap from Luca and Putster, and this is incredible. In some ways it's very simple, but I saw this and I was just like obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. I fell in love with it when I saw it. I was just like, stop. This is so good. It feels so different. I love that you've used all the cypress trees. They look so good. And then like the fact that these trees kind of, or bushes I should say, match with these trees. The little log stumps, the pine cones, the stonework, the fact that you've got the three of you in a row, like you've got Donald here, your character's here, and then the owl flying behind is so fun. The two little bears in the background, beautifully lit, very vibrant. You know, it's simple, but it's fantastic. Like, it's not over the top, it's not overdone. It's perfect. It's just right, and I love it. I'm obsessed. This is one of my favorite snaps of yours. I know you guys took a bit of a break and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna lie, I everything I've seen from you guys since that break has been top notch. It's like you guys took that break and you took that reset and you guys came back and you were like, we're gunning for top place, you know, like as if like you guys are like reinvigorated and full of passion and full of life, and it's so wonderful to see. I Yeah, I really love what I've seen so far from yous. I think it's fantastic. The break has done you wonders. Not to say that your snaps before were bad, because they weren't, but like it just feels like yous have kind of gone to like the next level. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but trust me, I'm in love and I'm obsessed. And next up, we have a submission from Say Hi Joel. This is beautiful. Brilliant foliage work here. Looks very dense, very lush and overgrown. Love this little trail we've got going on behind. It definitely looks very fun. It definitely looks like the woods. It looks like nature and, you know, things like that, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm obsessed. I think this is a absolutely fantastic snap, and I think you've done really well with this. And next up we have a submission from Marthe for the Take a Hike challenge, and this is lovely. I love this. This feels like such a different viewpoint. Like I've said with some of the other shots, it's really nice to see something that kind of goes against the grain and stands out, and this Mythopia inspired shot is really fantastic. It definitely has those Take a Hike vibes. I love the Mickey Cloud. The Mickey Cloud is perfect. I'm obsessed with a good Mickey Cloud. the little summer cottage works really well in terms of the colors of this submission. It's almost like this is where you live. You live in this beautiful place, and now you're about to set off on a trail for the day and kind of things like that, if that makes sense. But I love this. I love the foliage work, and as I said, I love that Mickey cloud. So beautiful. And last but not least, we have a snap from Bertree, and I love this. This is so fun. I love the Mickey cloud. We love a Mickey cloud. I love the heights of the trees here. They look so, so good. Like it just adds a bit of difference and variety of height and depth kind of thing, which is nice. The sun in the background, gorgeous. The foliage work here towards the front, like the mushrooms, the bushes and things like that, works together really nice. And what I like about this is how you've used this gliding pose, and it really gives your character a lot of sort of animation and movement, which I think is really good and fun. You know, it really does make it seem like you're like traveling, like you're walking, like you have momentum behind you. Does that make sense? Like that's kind of the vibes I get. Like I really get that sense of movement, which I think is really fun. And what I found it really tricky to incorporate when I was trying to do the dream snaps, and some with the like take a hike challenge, I kind of did in my head. I was like, okay, we want something with a bit of movement, a bit of action, and I really struggled in how to capture that, and I think you've done a brilliant job of doing that here with this dream snap. Well, there you have it. That is the end of part 2 of the Discord Dream Snap review for the Take a Hike challenge. You have all done absolutely amazingly. I hope you get the results that you want on Wednesday. Fingers crossed for you all that you all get that 4K. I always hope it for the community. I realise, you know, the community we have here is just a very small part of the player base for Disney Dreamlight Valley, but I always wish you all the very best in your results and the scores. And I like to see 4Ks across the community. It always makes me happy, and I'm always happy when you guys are happy. So yeah, fantastic jobs everyone. You've done amazingly. Thank you so much for sharing. I do really appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you very much. Make sure if you're not subscribed that you stay subscribed to the channel for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content, and leave the video a little like if you did enjoy it or liked any of the dream snaps you saw. Do take care of yourselves, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!